We're used to hearing a lot of fascinating information about the destinations we can visit. And when we come upon a site that piques our interest, we think, that's fantastic. I should put this place on my bucket list and go there someday. But what about the destinations that we should definitely skip off our bucket lists? What about the places we aren't allowed to visit? It's difficult to believe that such places exist in our world, yet they do. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Travel and Living. In today's video, we are going to go over the 16 places you're not allowed to visit. So without further ado, let's get into it. Place number 16. Vatican's Secret Archives, Vatican. The Vatican's secret archives house a huge amount of papers related to the Catholic Church. Some of these documents date back to the 18th century. Among the items are papal account books, a letter from Michelangelo to Pope Julius II, a letter written by Mary Queen of Scots before her execution, and Martin Luther's excommunication papers. The majority of the archive is underground, and it includes 85 kilometers of shelving. Except for researchers with special access privileges, it is forbidden for anybody to enter. However, even for them, there are a number of restrictions on the types of papers they can see. Place number 15. Bangar Fort, Rajasthan, India. Technically, the Bangar Fort isn't completely off limits to visitors because they can witness this magnificent specimen of Rajasthani architecture during the day. However, it is strictly forbidden to enter this location between the hours of sunset and sunrise. The Indian government designated this 17th century fort as a haunted location, and it is full with folklore about ghosts and curses. Some of them will undoubtedly send shivers down your spine. You may be wondering what happens to visitors who visit the Bangar Fort at night. In truth, no one knows because whoever tried to break the rule mysteriously vanished afterward, according to locals. Place number 14. Heard Island Volcano, Australia. Heard Island, one of the world's most isolated areas, is regarded an Australian territory despite its location between Madagascar and Antarctica. It is home to a diverse diversity of species, including seals, penguins, and seabirds, as well as over 40 glaciers. There were several causes for the island's closure to the public. First, in 2000, scientists discovered a major lava flow emanating from the island's massive volcano, Mawson's Peak. Second, Heard Island is notorious for its inclement weather. Third, it's too far away to be safe. Judge it by yourself. It's located in a minimum 2-week sail to the closest major landmass. Place number 13. Blissco Caves, France. Not all UNESCO World Heritage Sites are accessible to the general public. For example, the Blissco Caves in France have been closed to visitors since 1963 due to a series of fungal infestations brought on by the enormous number of visitors. This occurrence demonstrated that any human presence is harmful to the caves. So, in order to protect 900 specimens of archaic art dating back to the Paleolithic epoch, tourists are no longer permitted to enter. The caves are now only accessible by security personnel, but even they suffer some restrictions while visiting. They can only visit the caves once a week for a few minutes. Place number 12. Area 51, Nevada, USA. Area 51 isn't only one of America's most well-known restricted zones. It's also one of the most mysterious places in the United States. According to many of the locals, an alien spaceship crashed there, while others believe officials utilized this location to study the spaceship that reportedly landed in Roswell, New Mexico, another super mysterious place. Due to its remote location, Area 51 is said to be used as a testing ground by the United States Air Force and CIA. If it's true, and it most likely is, it's understandable why the area is off limits to the public. Place number 11. Pravčička Brana, Czech Republic. Pravčička Brana, Europe's largest natural sandstone arch, is one of the Czech Republic's most well-known tourist attractions. At least, it used to be until 1982, when it was made illegal for tourists to visit. The reason for the prohibition is straightforward. The more people who visit the region, the more probable it is to collapse one day. So, in order to prevent deterioration of this lovely monument, travelers can now view it from afar but not climb onto it. Unfortunately, the erosion process continues even without the assistance of visitors, and experts believe the arch could collapse in the future. But, at the very least, the ban slows the process and gives us more time to admire it. Place number 10. Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, China. Although the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang was discovered during the excavation of the Terracotta Army in 1974, it has yet to be investigated. Opponents of the tomb's excavation claim that modern technology cannot avoid its destruction. As a result, entrance to it is still prohibited by the Chinese government, which aims to preserve its cultural heritage while also paying respect to the individual buried there. All we know about the mausoleum now is that it is a complicated underground network of tunnels packed with artifacts that, according to those who buried him, the emperor would have wanted in the afterlife. It houses, among other things, a clay replica of his army known as the Terracotta Army. Place number 9. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. The Global Seed Vault in Norway, sometimes known as the Doomsday Vault, is a vital location for all of humanity. It saves 100 million seeds from throughout the world to help restore the plant kingdom in the event that something catastrophic happens to our planet's vegetation. The vault, which opened in 2008, was designed to last around 200 years and can survive bombs and earthquakes. Furthermore, because it was built on the edge of a mountain, it will remain above sea level even if all of the world's ice melts. It's interesting to note that the vault is unaffected by politics. North Korea has offered its seeds for storage there. Place number 8. North Sentinel Island, India. North Sentinel Island is a small piece of land in the Bay of Bengal. Its indigenous population, known as the Sentinelese, opposes all interaction with the outside world and is one of the few peoples who have escaped modern civilization. How do they keep outsiders from visiting their island? They just fire arrows into them. As a result, approaching the island and surviving the confrontation is impossible. An interesting fact. When researchers were examining the damage following the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, the Sentinelese attacked their helicopters for approaching the island. Of course, none of them were wounded, but this example demonstrates how strongly the island's inhabitants defends its territory. Place number 7. Missouri, Russia. Russia is home to a plethora of intriguing sites, ghost towns, and unique locations. As an example, consider Missouri. It's a deserted town tucked away in the southern Ural Mountains. 2 battalions surround the town to keep anyone who wants to enter or even get near to it at bay. It's not entirely apparent what this region is or why it's shrouded in such secrecy. According to the most credible sources, it's a nuclear missile station with autonomous missiles that can purportedly be directed remotely. But, because no government authorities have commented on it, we still don't know what Missouri is. Place number 6. Surtsey, Iceland. Surtsey, one of the world's youngest islands, arose from a volcanic outburst that lasted from 1963 to 1967. It is now only utilized for scientific purposes. Visitors, with the exception of study groups, are not permitted to visit this island because scientists want to learn how ecosystems grow in the absence of human intervention. One of the scientists' key rules was to not bring any seeds to the island. However, some of them ignored it and introduced tomato seeds into their colony. Scientists uprooted this plant as soon as they discovered its origins in order to continue their pristine investigation. Place number 5. Chichen Itza Pyramid, Mexico. You might be surprised to see Chichen Itza on our list, given that it is one of the world's most popular tourist destinations. And you're correct. Millions of tourists visit this place each year to marvel at the magnificent Mayan pyramid. However, while you are welcome to visit, climbing it is now severely prohibited. The ban was imposed when a woman fell off the pyramid while descending in 2006. This event had a tragic ending and, to avoid anything similar from happening in the future, it became closed to the public to the disappointment of multiple tourists, striving to reach the top of Chichen Itza. Place number 4. Niihau Island, Hawaii, USA. Niihau, also known as the Forbidden Island, was purchased in 1864 by Elizabeth Sinclair, a Scottish farmer and plantation owner, and has since been privately owned by her heirs. In 1952, the Hawaiian Islands faced a polio outbreak, and in order to prevent the disease from spreading, a prohibition on leaving or entering the island was imposed. Fortunately, no one became ill on Niihau, which currently has a population of only about 170 people. To enter, one must obtain special authorization, which is difficult not just for us, ordinary people, but even for the wealthy and popular. Place number 3. Poveglia, Italy. Poveglia is a small island in the Venetian lagoon between Venice and Lido. It used to be a plague quarantine station, and it housed over 160,000 diseased persons who spent their final days and hours there. According to some estimations, human remains make up 50% of the island's soil. As if that weren't enough, the island later became home to a psychiatric hospital with a terrible reputation. After a while, it was closed, and Poveglia is no longer open to the public. As if someone in their right mind would want to come to this creepy place. Place number 2. Pluto's Gate, Turkey. People didn't dare to enter Pluto's Gate at Hierapolis, Turkey, in ancient times because they thought it was a deadly place. No one could live there, according to the Greek historian Strabo. He wrote that after visiting this location, he threw in sparrows, and they soon breathed their last and fell. How cruel of him to do such an experiment on helpless sparrows. In any case, scientists confirmed Pluto Gate's repute in 1965, much to everyone's amazement. After analyzing the CO2 content, they discovered that at night, when the temperature drops and CO2 becomes heavier than air, it forms a lake at the bottom of the gate. The concentration peaks at daybreak, and any living entity that gets there risks their life. The place becomes safer during the day, though, because the sun evaporates the gas. Place number 1. Fort Knox, Kentucky, USA. Fort Knox is usually referred to as the world's most tightly guarded location since it houses the majority of the United States gold reserves. It includes a slew of security features that will astound anyone. The most intriguing aspect is that none of the staff members have access to the vault. They need to know many combinations to obtain access to it, but each staff member only knows one of them, thus they can only enter the vault with the help of their colleagues. Furthermore, because the structure is composed of concrete-lined granite and reinforced with steel, it can survive any outside attack. So, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you liked this video? If so then, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you never miss any video. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thanks for watching.